Hello, my name is Joachim, and this is the tutorial for the cap example. So I'm going to show you how to create a simple cap with a few Blender tools and modifiers modifiers and splines in Blender. I'm going to start with a simple object. So go to Add Mesh, and the best approach is to use a cylinder for this case. Go to the cylinder. You can use as many vertices as you wish, like let's say 34 radius and depth. I'm going to leave them like that. But for the cape fill type option, do not forget this disappears. You can fix it later, but this disappears. It makes your job a little bit more difficult if you click or move your object somewhere. So substitute the n-gon to triangle fan. This makes our job easier. You won't see a change right now, but when we turn to edit mode, you see that the top part is the triangle loop, right? It has a central point, so you can select it, and our purpose is to delete it, right? So we need to remove the top part of the object completely. So select this guy in edit mode and delete it, right? Vertices is fine. So that's the base of your cap. You can leave it like that, but that's not the best approach. So let's make it a little bit more interesting. So go to the side and make sure you're still in edit mode. You can add some loop cuts. I'm gonna add some like ones, like to increase the geometry. I have a variable, like make sure that it works fine. You can also create your own press, set up the location of your loop cuts, pressing Control R once, right? If you press Control, right? So as an example, go here, press Control and R once, and you can create extra geometry based on your preference. So you don't have to rely only on static positions. But in my case, I'm going to just use this one. So make sure to select toggle X-ray because we're going to select some of these edges here. Click the select box or press B or press the space bar. Select edges. What you want to do, that's optional, but you can select these lines, right? Make sure you are in toggle X-ray mode because otherwise you're going to select the front part. You remember how it works. Press S and Y to lock it and just try to add some flavor to the geometry. So S and Y over the Y axis, something like that again to make it a little bit more interesting. So S and Y again. I don't want to spend like a lot of time doing that, but S and Y again. S and Y. S and Y. I'm going to repeat that among my whole object. It didn't go well that time, so S and Y, yep, it worked well now. And that's the outlook. Just be creative. You don't have to do anything else. In the lab, there is a different. If you follow any labs, this is later. This can be done later. But in our case, we're gonna just add the geometry right now. We need to sculpt the object. I'm gonna just create the lead here. There are many options to do that. It's very, very simple. But I would say press Scale S, right? And scale inside. But I would advise you to just be careful, not do it like a lot. Do not overdo it with scaling. So move it a little bit inside here. So to create like this curved outline, if you want to, that's optional, completely optional. And then you can press E, excuse me, S again, and move it inside. E is for extrude. You can do it with extrude, but it's more complicated. So I would say add this and move it inside. This creates this part of the object. Why do we do that? This one will be extruded, actually we can also move it down in order to, or extrusion is better, but if you want to move it down, you have to add another extension. But if you just extrude it, press E and move it over the Z axis, you can move down and create content of this object. So I will do it right now. I have to do it like from the side. So make sure you have like I'm using the wireframe for this one. So E and Z and move it down. Right. This is the content part. So you can see this light gray area is the area of the bottle of the mug that it is empty. Right. That's the where you can put your content, your liquid or whatever you want to put in there. And this part, the gray one, the grayer one, is the part that is part of the material of the mesh. You have many options here. Typically, this works. You can go S here. Whoops, like too much, and try to create S and make it a little bit inside. I'm gonna complete that later. So or press M, but I'll show you later. So that's the complete part, the complete mess, almost complete mess of the object. But we need to add the mag. That's a little bit challenging here. So challenging. It's not challenging to create it, but it's challenging to attach it. So let's go with the creation of this object, and then we're gonna move to a next video for the rest. So if you wanna create an extra geometry, you can use, of course, any object from add mesh and use any of these objects here, but you can also use splines or curves. So I'm going to show you the method. One of the methods. There are many methods. So you go here to add, and it doesn't work. Add and curve and create an NBR US curve. Right? It's here. I know it's not that visible. You have to move it here. Make it visible to you. Turn it, right, rotate it by 90 here. Right, that's your object. And now you can turn to edit mode to see actually how this works. That's your object. You can also turn it over the, which axis is this? Like if you remember, that's rotation over the x-axis. This is y, so I guess the best option is to use the z-axis, right? So revolve around the z-axis. So let's try the 90, right? This goes to the opposite side, so minus 90. Yeah, sometimes it's trial and error. In this case, we're gonna try to create the handle of the mag, right? So you can use the existing control points. These are called control points. Or you can also add extra ones. So let's try with that. So make sure you're in edit mode. And when you move these guys, or rotate them, whatever, they affect the handle. This is not enough to create a decent handle. So I'm gonna select these two control points, right click on them, and select subdivide. This creates an extra control point to make our job easier and more detailed. So yes, I have moved these guys because I was not careful. So I'm gonna go a little bit back. So if you do that, see that this is a little bit off, right? So when you move them, make sure that before you move them, check always that you are locked in a specific angle, right? A specific angle, a specific axis. So if you move it, like select this guy and move it, press G, make sure to select, as an example, X, right? To move it over the X axis. And then press G and Y to move it this way, or G and Z to move it down or up, right? Again, G and let's say X. Here, I'm gonna move it like here. I think that's enough. But yes, we need the extra geometry. So right click, geometry, the extra control point, subdivision. This is pretty cool. So I would say let's create an approximation right now. The first thing you need to do is the last thing you need to do is to move it like closer to your object. I mean, this part is too high and this is too low. So you can also turn to edit mode and go to the side again, and then try to move it. I'm gonna move it down here. So G and Z. Right, and the other control point, okay, I think that's okay to be there. Make sure they align with that, with this curvature, because even these ones that they do not affect the object, Because they do. When you move to the next step and create a mess out of them, they're gonna create very weird results if you're not careful. So go G and Z here. Sorry, G and Z. I want to make sure that it works. Okay. I would say Z and X a little bit. And I think that's cool. You can improvise, like create your own adaptation, like whatever. I'm gonna move it a little bit higher here. G and Z. I think that's acceptable. But you can also move this a little bit down here. I don't want to. I want my mask to fall on the lead part. So G and Z here. Sorry, G and Z here works fine, and then G and Y. It's gonna move a little bit outside, and that's okay. That's nice. Okay, so that will be the shape of your mag's handle. But it's just a spline, right? It's and your beer curve. Nothing you're gonna do like much. You can do a lot of using that, but not in this context. So what we're gonna do? We need to transform it to convert it actually to a mesh. How do we do that? There are many methods. We're gonna follow one of them. Okay, so go to add mesh, not mesh. Excuse me. Go to add curve and your BS circle. And this is your circle here. This will be a helper. Right. Make it a little bit smaller just to make sure that everything matches. And go back to your initial NURBS curve. Be careful, do not select this. Select this and apply any changes here. There is an option tab here. It's named Data Object Data Properties. Click on it. And then scroll down. If the resolution is different than me, sometimes this is hidden. That's why I'm saying that. Go to geometry. And then click extended bevel if it's not extended. And then select object. When, keep your eyes on the screen. When I select the NURBS circle, what's going to happen? The NURBS circle affects our other object, our other spline, based on its size. So it's pretty huge, right? It's very, very, very big. That's why I told you to make it smaller. But it doesn't matter. We can also apply a transformation. We're going to apply scaling here. So press S, move it inside, and create your mag handle. Do not delete it yet. We're going to delete it. Click here on the handle, make sure it's an independent object, right click, and go to convert to mesh. It's going to convert it to a mesh. Can you see this this reverse triangle? This triangle actually is not reversed. It is now a mesh. And this is still a spline, right? Can we delete it? Yes. If you delete it before the conversion, it's going to remove its effect on the handle. The next thing you can do, you can make changes, right? That's not the best option here, but I'm going to show you the simple part. You can also follow the field example I have available, but I'm going to just ask you to just move it inside the geometry. That's why I created this thick part of the thick, like a fake wall of this object to hide this inconsistency. Actually, yes, most mags have some space. They're not just like very, very thin. They have some thickness. So we're going to hide it inside this thickness or use the fill, right? Option. So I'm going to select these two guys. Make sure to select them inside the viewport, not in here. I've seen that many users, many students try to select them here. It won't work. Select them inside the viewport and press Ctrl and J. This creates a single object. Don't worry, that this is not an NURBS. It is a mug or something, cup. Okay, and that's your cup. Before we do that, we can also do something else. Like I'm gonna go back. Before I do that, select the NURBS curve. Go to the side view. Select G and X. Move it inside the geometry to hide it, right? and then move it a little bit lower. So G and Z, and move it here somewhere, wherever you want, actually. Yeah. Okay, and then G and X again. Move it inside. Now we're hiding this faulty geometry. Faulty, it's not faulty actually. It's part of it's a very good geometry, but I'm not using fill. Fill is a little bit dangerous. After you do it, it's difficult to manage your polygons, your lines, even your vertices sometimes. So that's why I avoided to this example. But you can also get the resources and try fill. It just press F. Select the opposite sides of the two objects, and then press F. It's gonna fill the geometry with mesh geometry. So that's your object. So go here, select them, Control J, and then rename it again. Yeah, I did it like twice. It's okay. Name it cap this time. Right. Oops. Sorry about that. Cap. Yeah. That's my cap. A single object. Right. What you can do now, the same, like aside like smooth shade here, to make it a little bit more appealing. Pretty good, right? And then it's like thick enough, like for a mag, you can drink your coffee or whatever you want. You can like improvise and create something like a mag with more interesting cap. You can also generate, add like a subdivision surface. It's gonna take a while. Oh, it doesn't take a while. It's like it was very fast, right? You can increase like the levels of viewport and render. I'm gonna just increase the quality by 1. Okay, nice. Nothing broke. And yep, that's our Mac. Pretty fun, right? And next thing we can do is to apply some materials. Oh, let me apply this guy. You can add as many modifiers as you want. Any modifiers, like I would say, solidify would be a good option, or even or not array or bevel in some places, but don't like solidify. It's okay to use, but yeah, don't overdo it because it's gonna create like a very very thick object, right? Play with it. Whatever you need here. See how thick it can be. Let's leave it like I'm gonna like make it a little bit thicker. It's okay. I think it's like super heavy cup for coffee or something for very hot beverages. So let's see how we can apply. As you can see, if you select the material preview, nothing. It's just the default color in here. So give me a sec to apply the modifiers and go to the material tab. Click here. How are we going to do it? You can apply a base color at first, right? So let's apply it. Like how? It's pretty easy. I would say create a new material slot or just apply it universally. This material slot is a slot that can be applied to the whole object or in parts of the object. That's very important from the thing we did before. Last time we just clicked new, we assign the color to the whole object and then we merge them. But if you have an object that is not split into compartments or pieces, you cannot do that. So you have to select the area you want to assign the color and then assign the color. So let's start with the default color. Pick any color you want, right? I'm gonna select like a pale color here, like this pink. I think it's good. Do not like mags are not metallic typically. If you don't do that, it's pretty amazing. But I'm not sure if you can drink from this guy. I'm gonna reduce the metallic like to a lot, right? We don't need like something. It's good. Like, now it's good, right? It's pretty good, right? It looks like a clay-based mag. I hope so. And then, but that's not enough. What we're gonna do? We need to add some extra material, right? How? So turn to edit mode. Make sure to turn to edit mode to get this line of properties. In here, add a new slot and select new. Add a new material, right? Create new material, whatever any color you want, right? Like as an example, this blue one. Roughness, it's okay, just leave it like whatever. 420 is nice. And then let's go to the side of the object. It's edit mode, right? See, I have added the modifier, so we have some extra geometry, so we have more flexibility. I'm gonna select this guy, the faces. Go to X-ray, And now I'm gonna be careful what I'm selecting. I'm gonna select only this part. Right? If you're not sure, you can zoom in. See, I missed it. I missed one line, so select all this line. Right? Make sure that you have selected everything. Okay. And now you select material 2 inside the new slot and click assign. Right. So this is gonna assign, let me move to object color, this color to the bottom part of your mag. You can repeat that to the top. For the top, it's gonna draw everything. So we're gonna do you cannot effectively use the X-ray. So I'm gonna turn to edit mode. Go to the side of this object, Y here, and try to select, I'm gonna deactivate this. Try to select as much geometry as you can from here. Let's say here. Right, and then turn to the other side and try to align with the geometry you have selected. You started from here to here, so I guess this one is nice. Make sure to press Control. Right, I'm gonna check again what's going on, if they align. Oh, yeah, sorry. I pressed only, so I have to press Shift and that guy. So yeah, my bad here. So select here and select everything. Oh, come on. Doesn't allow me to select. Yeah, okay, good. So yeah, select this guy and then go to the other side, select this guy. And now we have selected oh, see, only one part is missing here. Shift and select it. Right. What we can do, select this guy, the plus, create a new slot, new material. I'm gonna apply a red color now. I like red color. This will be a little bit metallic. Let's add like a metallic phase, like it's okay. I'm gonna add like reduce roughness. And I think that's good. So assign it. Right. And let's move to object mode to see the output. Right. It's a bit different kind of the bottom color or whatever. You can continue this work with everything, like any part of this mag. Like you can select the bottom, you can select any part of this mag and create also the materials slots, right? That's the idea, to assign materials to different positions. Select the area you wanna apply the color to. As an example, like here. So I'm gonna select these and these. I can back here and back here. That's many students, many people are confused about that. They try to assign the same material, it won't work. So create a new slot, create a new material inside the slot. A slot can have many materials, and then select another color like this greenish one, set its properties, and then assign it. Right, it's going to be assigned only here. Nice. And that's your mag example. Application, example, not application, that's not application. We're going to create application in the future. But this is the mag drawing example that combines extra tools in Blender, extra modifiers, splines, and of course, texturing, specific texturing for selected areas.